My name is Ekiade Adetunji, and then I'm the founder of Ceasar Graphics Academy. All right, today's design review is going to be on promotional design because I know as creatives, we always try to make clients see how we can help them solve their goals, and that's the advantage of us having a promotional design for ourselves. Okay, so today I'm going to be checking out the three designs that was sent to me by the group members, and I'm going to be sharing with you the things that I noticed that need to be worked on. And if I see any successful design, if we have any successful design among the three designs, I'll tell you why the design is successful. Okay, so I have the three designs open already. So my very first design here says branding is what makes your brand visible. This is a beautiful concept. I'm telling you, this concept is excellent. Is in fact is unique. All right, but the issue I have with this, or what this is lacking, is depth. All right, because depth is another way we make our project look interesting. When our project lack depth at times, it always make it look boring. All right, there's a difference between when you tell the right story and when you make the story look like the way things appear in real life. And this is what I'm trying to say here. So I expect this designer to do this. So I'm going to make a copy of this. I'm going to make a copy of this now, and I'll go to filter and I'll go to liquify here. The work of the magnifying glass is to magnify the object. All right, now, but the way the designer did it here is not really looking like the way a magnifying glass will, view objects. So this is what I'm saying. Okay, so I'm on the liquify filter here on Photoshop, and this is what I expect the designer to do. So I'll click on the bloat tool here, and I'm going to just position this here and click and make this a bit bigger, and just make it. No, this is too much. Okay, it shouldn't be this much. So something like this is still better, and I'm going to hit the OK button. All right, so I believe this is still better than what you did before. And then another thing I also expect you to do here is I'm going to create a new layer here, and I'm going to actually this other step is not really compulsory, but the one thing I always put on my project is I try as much as possible to create something that will look different from what every other people of, in fact, something different from what people are used to. Doing this is another way of surprising your audience, and when you're good at surprising your audience, it make them trust you. It make them want to always give you project to work on, because like what I always say to you guys, that today's audience want to be entertained. So when you're good at entertaining them, you see them calling you for more jobs because they want to see how you're going to entertain them over and over again. So I'm going to change this to color dodge, and I'm going to click on this and just select the OK button, and I'm going to select the brush tool, change this to white. This should be on white. So I'm going to drag and push this here like this. All right, and I'm going to create a new layer again, and just scale this big. So I'm actually like the lights here, the what actually activated this is coming from this side. All right, or let's just move it here, or better still, let's rotate this. I'm gonna rotate this and position this somewhere around here. Okay, and this needs to be here. Simple things like this are what always help our design look successful. All right, so let's see what the before and after looks like. So this is the after and this is the before. Now you see that slight change that I did on the project gave it that real look. So depth is another way of making our project look interesting. Aside from us getting the right concept for the design, depth is another important thing we need to work on. Okay, all right, so let's go straight to our next design that says graphic design services. We are happy to help you create brighter brands through designing strategy and make the design process itself enjoyable for our clients. Okay. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, so uh, the illustration here. Um, well, for me, I think I believe this can still look better. All right, we can still have something better than this. And like what I always say to you guys, that simplicity is another way of making your project look attractive. All right. When we use illustration with too many busy, playful elements around it, it always affects the message. Okay. And like I said on the previous design, one of the reasons why the previous design looks successful to me is because we only have one element that connects with what the message on the design is talking about. And I believe that if you had applied that to this, it would have helped the look of the project. And then we have branding, logos, and flyers. I always say this to you guys, that try come up with just one design for each of these three service that you render, because each of them have their own design. Okay, each of them have their own design, so always try to come up with one design for each of the service. Is another way of making people trust what you do. In fact, another advantage of doing this is you have the opportunity to put other information about that service that will help your target audience understand why they need to call you for the service. But when you list those services that you do, you'll be able to add other information or things that will help them understand why they need to call you. Okay, so my advice is pick one of the service, do a design for it, and then put it out there. Okay, and let me tell you this, guys, this promotional design thing we're talking about here works. I'm telling you based on what I've experienced. I've been opportune to get clients through the designs that I do for myself. So please, guys, whenever you're working on design projects, have your audience in mind. See how you can um, create something that will draw their attention to read the every other information on your design. What you need is not telling the full story about yourself. What you need is that something that will draw people's attention to read the other information on your design. All right. So let's go straight to our third design, which is our last design for today. All right. This is another simple design that I like. And we have, yes, I design, and then we have the contact details of the designer. But the problem I have with this is the fact that the designer here is holding a mobile phone, and to me it looks as if what he's trying to say here is that I design with mobile phone. And when you do this, is another way of making your target, or maybe whoever sees your design and want to call you for design projects, charge you low. This is one of the reasons why you see clients say, okay, can I pay you chicken change, or something that you know that when they give it to you, you won't be satisfied with, working for the client. So these are, these are things that you need to work on. Like I said last week, that we are judged by our appearance. The same principle applies to graphic design. People judge us by the look of our design. So when the look of our design is not looking professional, we find ourselves working for clients who are not willing to pay good money. But when the look on our design project is professional, is eye catchy, it controls the eye movement correctly, it makes professional. I mean, it makes good clients call us, and then they pay us well. All right. So part of how we tell people who we are is our design. The look of your design, the feel of your design matters a lot. I almost forgot. So the another thing I noticed on this is the way the designer cropped his picture here is not nice, because we have all these. It looks as if the designer used magic wand to crop this picture, and these are things you need to work on. All right, please. You're trying to get people to trust you here. The way you arrange your elements, the way you crop your images too matters. Where getting client is concerned. And I like the outfit of this dude here. Just that the holding of the phone is what I don't like. So if I'm to, use my picture, like the way this designer uses picture here to create a design, the first thing I'll do is to make sure that I have a smiley face. I'm going to put on a smiley face, and the reason why I decided to put on that smiley face is to let them understand that this is something I love to do. I'm a friendly person. I am somebody you can trust, because smile. In fact, I can't even tell you everything about smile here, because smiling, putting on a smiley face is, if I tell so many stories, tells so yeah, it has so many meaning. So I'll put on a smiley face, and then on this my outfit here, what I'm just going to do is I can pick a color from my text here, and then use it to play with the effects on my outfit here. Like I always say to you guys, that making your project look interesting is another way of making people call you for design project. So I double clicked on the layer to activate my layer style, and I'm just going to move, sorry, it should be from this side down to this side, like so. And I'm just going to play with the effects, or those fly effect on my outfit. So I'm going to use the eraser to just fine tune this. Let's take this out from here. Now there are so many ways you can play with this. All right, this is just one option. Another option is you just maybe like doing the drawing of yourself and put it on the design. Okay, so those are simple ways that you can let people understand that you are truly a designer, and then is what you love to do. Because here my guy here is not even showing like a designer, because for him to be holding a mobile phone, it shows he's not really a designer. A designer don't use a mobile phone to design. No. If you see any client who's telling you I design with my mobile phone, he's not a designer. If you're a designer, you know the right tool to use when it comes to doing design. All right. So I'm going to stop here for today's design review. And no, before I stop, I'm going to recap again. I'm going to go back to some of the things I mentioned earlier, that please, we need to make our promotional design look interesting. Our promotional design is similar. Yeah, I didn't even remember to mention this. Our promotional design is similar to our portfolio. And like I always say, I'll keep repeating this to you guys, that we are judged by the look and feel of our design. All right. If our design is not passing the right message, if it's not attractive, getting good clients may be a bit difficult. So our designs should speak, it should pass a message, and then the title of your design should connect with the illustration that you have on the project. And also make sure that you allow room for depth. The depth is another way of making our design look interesting. Make sure don't, when you get the right illustration to use, make sure you place those illustration or those elements, arrange them the way things appear in real life. Don't just place them because you just want them to be there. You just want them to be there is not always nice in graphic design. There must be a reason why you place it there, and then that reason must pass the right message. All right. And if you have not subscribed to my channel, please hit the subscribe button and hit the like button. And if you have any question or comment, drop it in the comment box, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.